So we just picked up this jet ski. Needs a top end rebuild. That's what the guy said. This piston right here is smoked. So we're gonna pull the engine out today. You guys stay tuned for a full build series. Okay, now that the engine's out, I'm gonna pull the pistons off and send those and the jugs out to get looked at to see if they need to be machined or re-sleeved or what the case is, and then we'll go from there. So I didn't record the actual flywheel coming off because I had to go get different bolts. I had a Harbor Freight puller set, and I needed some different metric bolts that would fit into. So the flywheel was in here like this, and these screws come out, and that's what you screw the thing on. So anyway, that was kind of off camera. I got this off, and then there was a bunch of 10 mil bolts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 mil bolts holding this housing on, which then pulls off. And then I never took the PTO off. So I gotta take that off on this side, which I did again off camera, but I just have my big DeWalt impact. I think it's like 1,000 foot-pounds breakaway torque. I've always, anytime anything's stuck, this has always helped me out. It's already cracked loose, but you use your impeller tool on the socket. I forget what this one was. 24 mil. I got this off Amazon for like $10 or something. So now that the PTO's off, we can take these bolts off, take that mounting thing off, and then we can split the case. Okay, now we're gonna split the case, and then we're gonna take the rotary shaft off. So, split the case, I turned it over. The big bolts are 13, and the small bolts are 11. Okay, now that all the bolts are out, we're gonna split the case here. Hold on, we might have two more. slot right here. Case is split. Now I'm going to pull the rotary shaft. I got a homemade puller here. Didn't want to spend the money on the real one, so this is just a 2-inch PVC cap. See how it works. Alright, so I forgot to take the snap ring out. My stupid mistake. So this ended up breaking. I'm going to try and get another one. I'm going to take the snap ring out first. Okay, so I just took this O-ring off. This is the PTO side. This O-ring was in here. I'm going to save that. Then there's a shim. Then a seal. Okay, so off camera, I took this to a mechanic friend of mine just to see what the condition was, because I basically got the jet ski for free and I don't want to sink a bunch of money into it if it's not worth it. But I had him look at the crankshaft and assess everything and see what it was going to take to rebuild this engine. And I kind of cleaned it up off camera so we could see. So I washed it down in gas. So that's why it looks a lot cleaner than it did. Here, I'll pop this counterbalance shaft out. And there was a bunch of oil and water in here. And when I looked at it, you could see this seal right here is blown apart. You can listen. This is fine, but if you listen to this bearing is very rough. And you can actually see a lot of the pitting and stuff on the bearings themselves. So this needs to be rebuilt. I'm not sure how these come apart or what needs to be done, but I'm assuming that this would probably have to be pressed off to get this seal back on. So this needs to be rebuilt. Upon inspecting the crankshaft, this bearing wasn't too bad, but you can hear that one's not the greatest, and that one was the worst. So, I'm gonna order a brand new one, or I'm gonna find somebody that can rebuild one for a cost-effective price. I think new ones are around $800 through WSM. So I'm gonna hunt around and see what I can come up with, because I need a whole bunch of other parts too. On the cylinder, I'm not sure what happened, but it obviously marred all this up, so I'm gonna need a new cylinder head. Obviously a top end kit. This is the piston that caused all the damage. As well as I'm going to need a new rotary cover, because there's a deep groove right here. You can see it in, you can feel it with your fingernail. So I'll have to look around for a good used one of those. And the housing that goes over the flywheel, or the cover to the housing for the flywheel, I should say, is cracked. There's a piece missing right here. Looks like water and stuff got in here too, so I'm gonna have to figure out a way to test these electrical components and see if those are even good. So right now I'm just gonna clean up all these parts and get them ready to be rebuilt while I look for new parts.